In this walkthrough, we will scan a simple Terraform template using an open source tool called Regula. I have written a piece of Terraform code which will deploy a few resources to an AWS account. Prior to applying Terraform code, engineers will run what is called a Terraform plan, which will show us a complete set of details about what cloud resources will be deployed, changed, or stay the same. This tool called Regula, which will automatically execute the Terraform plan, scan the result of the plan, and check to ensure that what will be deployed is in compliance with our security policies. If the check fails, then we will need to remediate the out-of-compliance configuration in our Terraform code. Once all looks good, it is safe to deploy to our AWS environment. Let's take a look at my Terraform code that I would like to run. As you can see, I have a simple template that is intended to deploy an IAM user policy. The policy is purposely overly permissive, allowing full access to all services, akin to full admin access. Our goal should be to identify these types of vulnerabilities prior to deployment. Now I will go to my local environment and use the Regula tool to detect this vulnerability. I'll set up my environment and clone the repo containing the Regula tool. I have my Terraform code in this local directory. I'm going to run the commands to set up my local environment. So I already have the tool downloaded. Now I will run the Regula tool to check to see which rules were violated. So I'm only going to run the AWS rules. They have rules for Azure and GCP also. So the Regula tool will run the Terraform init and plan for me, and then it'll provide a report. So let's look at the summary of the report. Looks like one of the pre-configured rules has failed. I'm going to run the tool again with an output filter just to see the output of the rules. So let's scroll up and find the rule check that failed. As you can see, the IAM admin policy rule check failed. And what this indicates is that I have an IAM policy resource in my Terraform code that has admin access. So let's fix my Terraform code to make it a little more specific. I'll change the first wildcard to S3, which effectively means that the user will be able to run any action related to S3, but no longer has admin access. So I'm going to go back to the tool and run it again after the code has been fixed. Let's run the tool again and see if it passes this time. I've placed the remediated code in a separate directory called Terraform fixed. So we'll run the tool against that directory. All right, let's take a look at the output. And we can look at the summary and we see that it passed this time. None of the rules failed. All of them passed. This particular tool has a number of pre-written rule policies for AWS and other cloud providers such as Azure and GCP. I highly encourage you to read up on this project and other tools which have pre-configured or customizable checks for infrastructure as code testing and compliance.